saw the dark spot, and then it's not as cleared out as what I thought. Yep. See how brook there was up there. Let's keep walking around these things. Oh, that's vines, huh? They're sticking out on my shirt. Mining is a factor. Alright, so I don't know if I brought you all into this yet, but mining is a major Colorado stuff for almost 30 feet high. You can see they might be up there. I was in this mining operation, lumber mills, sawmills. The history goes back with Bigfoots. They're not exactly over nuclear power plants and gold, but more what people have taken from them, and they're into those things. And my suspicion was right. I tried for 3 days. What happened is my boss invited me into work about 6 a.m. in the morning. And he said, "Oh, I got there at 6:30, and he said, "Well, the shift's already over," and then told me to go home. I got mad. I spent my next day or two out there bigfooting, and I went in every entrance. I went. One point there was teepees on one entrance. Another entrance like this one had this big Y structure where I saw the otter woman and this other otter man Bigfoot. The other entrance had some large sticks, which I've still been intrigued by, with old cypress trees, like was an old mill. Like so they had some like cutting down and what's the remains of an old mill with mining, with little tunnels. They go underground. I know they don't say they don't really mine. They're not like big mining operations, but they'll have tunnels underground, and maybe their attraction is the last point in and last point out. And I happen to know that from my research that they go after lumberjacks, they go after old mills, old sawmills. There's a big history with Bigfoots. And no sooner do I go start looking around, after 3 days, they start to notice me looking around. I thought I saw one real early in the morning, and it was really dark. And it was like it was like so real. It was like right behind the tree. Such a dark shadow. It was like I said, I got off at 6 o'clock, so it was like 7 o'clock in the morning I'm talking, and there's such a shadows under there, and it's like standing right behind the tree, and I'm just, supposed to have my camera, I didn't do it. Sometimes I wish I had my telescope, I don't hook it up right. Sometimes I freeze up, but walking around all these entrances and looking over all the footage, I see a lot of cone heads, a lot of dark spots. Now, I usually don't do dark spots, but I know that one of them for sure, the one with the white eyes and the trident that I was holding. There's a few other ones, because you can't really always tell, but you can see the cone heads, you can see everything else. I mean, Trail to Bigfoot's, Florida Trail to Bigfoot is like, their biggest one is like a shadow like that with a cone head. And that's like my worst one. I got like 20 Bigfoots, but I usually don't do that. But the only reason why is because the story is intriguing. So mines, you see little tunnels under there. You see grounds, there's minerals. It smells differently. There's a last connection into the city. There's a last creek. I mean, you could probably find that in a lot of places, but it's just the whole thing and how you're feeling, and you just go with it. And if it's right, it's really right. And what I already know it was right. And like I said, I could probably go to other places and see that sort of thing. But this big black, that thing was huge. In the background, you can see its whole body up in the air. It's really big. And it's really deformed, and you can see its eyes and everything. You can see a lot of other things around them. I can. Most people can't. So anyway, so they've been known to go after lumberjacks for years at mills. And these construction guys, they just bulldozer right over.
I don't know if I brought you all into this yet, but mining
come in with their biggest trucks. They'll just act like they don't have no fear because they're in a bulldozer and they're in a truck, and they'll just demolish the heck out of it. And sometimes I think that their will is more to stop what is going on rather than to do something that what they believe in, which is their work and what they're doing is right. Just like in Kentucky and other places. Now, I don't want to get into the fable and say that they're all after them, but the fable kind of goes like they're after certain souls and things they've done wrong. I don't really feel like I'm in that situation, but I'm in a situation where I start to see it. Lately on Gaia, they say that the reptilians all have a certain whatever, but the more and more consciousness, the fourth level consciousness that the earth gets into, the more and more they'll see them. But yet, like I say in my other videos, everybody on earth is watching Fort Kids, everybody else is watching certain things, and that makes the reptilians and other people happy that our consciousness. Have you ever said to yourself that you're going to forget about everything else until you figure out something? Have you ever thought that? Because I know almost everybody has thought of one thing that of one time or another that they're going to stop and figure out everything because of a thought they had to figure it all out. That is the consciousness and the science-ness of Bigfoots. All of a sudden they start to show themselves more UFOs, more aliens, but to other people they don't, because their brain waves are all leveled up millions on other channels and everything. So I'm not trying to say everybody millions come to my channels.
Around these things. That's vines. They're sticking out on my shirt. That's why I'm going. I'll do a solo. Hey, so if I can see one structure, I'll zoom in. I saw that one.
Another wide sideways. They're in the air sideways. The border. They're in the air that way, not this way like Colorado. That way. I think it's the elevation thing of how they understand things. It's very, very monkey face on the outside of the tree.
Very evident.
This Bigfoot artifact was found in the St. Johns River. Creek bed. They're taking it out of the side. You can see what appears to be the face of the reptilian.
It's line after line after line.
Carrying something out.
I just cut up. I've already cut up.
It's like it's carrying something on its back. Maybe when they're pregnant. But it also acts as a ladle.
I don't know what to. forest of the little people. It's so cool. Nice to meet you. Okay, senor. Stop messing around. I'm gonna tap a little bit here. Holy smorgasbord. Getting a little hungry. Oh, look at this. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the 8x thing outside. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go back and videotape the thing. Look at this.